and Jonathan Birdsong.
All right. Crossroads Sports Radio, episode number 332. I'm your host, Brandon Reeve, joined as always by my co-host, Jonathan Birdsong. JB, been a while since we talked, my man. How are you?
It's a Wednesday night, man. Doing just fine. Ready to talk some sports, man. I know some people probably think, it's football's gone away, so wham. But like, nah, man. College football, you know what I'm saying? But like, nah, we still got it's the basketball world kicking in for sure, and we got some Super Bowl kind of talk about as well, man, with the Chiefs and the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Both kind of being on historic trajectory, man. So like, man, I don't know where you want to start at. College football, NFL football, college basketball. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Spin the wheel. Pacers.
Yeah, man. A little bit of news and notes. I said off air, but we are in the epicenter of wrestling this week with the WWE Royal Rumble taking place here in a couple days here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Over 65,000 tickets sold, John. Highest grossing right now, highest selling ticket in the WWE outside of a WrestleMania in history.
Sucker City likes, put on a party, man. And we are, a event-driven city. If anybody remembers last year around about this time, we had the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that was, however you feel about the All-Star game. But as far as like the crowd, you know what I'm saying, and people being really kind of amped up and kind of coming from some of these some surrounding communities, man, Indianapolis kind of brings them in. So it's no wonder to me that the WWE is kind of, hold on, they doing WrestleMania here too as well at some point though.
Yeah. So 68% of the tickets for Saturday night have been from outside of the state of Indiana.
Gotcha.
For that. So nice shout out for 40% for Indiana. But SmackDown is Friday night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Saturday night, you've got the Royal Rumble itself here. I've heard rumors that Saturday night as well, they are going to announce that WrestleMania in 2027 will be here at Lucas Oil as well. That it'll be the 2027 WrestleMania, because initially it was supposed to go to Tennessee for their new stadium, but I'm hearing that's not going to be ready by then, and that the WWE is going to pivot and they will do 2027 here in Indianapolis, which is going to be stoked in 2 years. Huge.
In what? In Gainbridge?
Lucas Oil.
Lucas Oil. Oh, okay. So the roof will be open.
Possibly. They should. But Royal Rumble, one of my favorite events, John, all time.
This.
1992 Royal Rumble, Ric Flair, probably, that one with all the Hall of Famers out of that one.
Yeah, managed by Mr. Perfect Kirk. Yeah.
So
it's a classic rewind. It's a who's in that particular Royal Rumble. Piper, Mountie, like I said, Ric Flair wins it. Sid Justice,
Heenan and Monsoon on commentary, and Heenan just sitting there. What's not fair to Flair?
It's not fair.
So hearing all that, man, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm fixing something. But yeah, just listening to that it's just a huge pay-per-view back then for the WWE Championship. And I have spent all month of January at night going to bed, laying in bed to start relaxing. I've watched Royal Rumbles. I've started from 87s, and I've been going through all month.
Dude, it's terrible. He loves that wrestling.
Love my wrestling. Cody Rhodes. John, you going to do the whoa? Hey, man, I tried to get credentials for Royal Rumble this year. I think we got it for next year.
That's cool. That's
next time they're here, we got it, especially for Mania. So look forward to that. Hello, we've got new logos, updated logos for Crossroads Sports and also Crossroads Sports Radio. John, I kind of during our off week, I kind of went in and did some updating for the logos. I like it. I wanted to add a little state of Indiana flair in there, keep our colors the same, and I like both of them. Your thoughts?
Yeah, we got some pretty good reaction. You know what I'm saying, to the folks who kind of follow us on our social media, man. People kind of dug it. It's just a different way to brand, you know what I'm saying, brand the show and kind of brand some of the messages that we kind of put out there. You know, saying everybody knows Crossroads Sports. It ain't gonna change no time soon. It's a feel good show. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, the new graphics that we put out there, you know what I'm saying, kind of want to pull you in, especially if you know what I'm saying, a proud Hoosier, you know what I'm saying, that we are here, you know what I'm saying, on this airwaves, you know what I'm saying. So I know, man, it was cool. You know what I mean? We might do some you know what I'm saying, some more enhancements to it, but like, yeah, no, it was cool to get them out there sharing with the folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's put a bow on the college football season. National championship. It's been over a week now. 7-8 days. Ohio State, Notre Dame.
This a little hangover, Brandon. Just because, did you send me is that right? $37 million. They went over budget. The Ohio State Buckeyes went over budget. So, you know, everybody knows that the lauding numbers that they put out there, you know what I'm saying, everybody remembers Ryan Day saying, hey, I need more money. You know what I'm saying? Even, you know what I'm saying? So he got more money. But, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of like championship at all costs. So the team operated. And I don't know, Brandon, because they will get back another credit back from the network, blah, blah, blah. There's some more money that kind of comes back. But as it stands right now, the Ohio State Buckeyes ran their program at a negative to $37 million. Oh, yeah. But like you said, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of national championship or bust. But, you know, again, you know what I'm saying, and I know we've kind of nitpicked, it's going to get worse, Brandon, because the conferences are going to realign. And I don't even know why. Conferences are realigning, Brandon. I don't even know why. This is not even a hot take. Brandon got a hot take that he wants me to go flip it on, and I'll probably not flip it, but I'm probably going to lose my mind on this one too, man. Because conference teams, like, who does Northern Illinois think they are to believe in the MAC? You think this because you beat Notre Dame? I get it, man. They say, you know what, we just too good. You know what I'm saying? So conference realignment. Hold on, though, Brandon. And I jokingly say that about Northern Illinois. Everybody, Northern Illinois is going to the Mountain West, if you didn't know. But there's talk about Clemson still flirting. Are you serious? Clemson flirting with the Big Ten? You wouldn't dare. But the weird, we are in weird times and weird waters, as we all know. With the power move that the Big 12 made, with, you know what I'm saying, teaming up with TNT, and technically, as you know, ESPN owns the SEC. They have a business partner relationship with the ACC, but you can't just crack it, your relationship, because much of North Carolina, as you know, their rivalry is Duke and North Carolina. That's how the ACC is powered. Let's just be honest, right?
Sorry, NC State.
Sorry. I mean, well, they get a little bit of juice from NC State, and they used to get a lot of juice from like Wake Forest and Georgia Tech when those programs were like flowing. Right now, those programs are kind of flat, but right. You still have the North Carolina Duke rivalry. Year over year, it pays back big, you know what I'm saying, big dividends. And Duke and North Carolina, when they schedule them in the ACC Big Ten tournament, challenge or whatever, man, they pull in big ratings. So like the ACC loves North Carolina. But guess what, Brandon? They don't. It's crazy. ESPN doesn't necessarily love North Carolina with the ACC anymore. Can you believe it? They kind of want them to move them to the SEC without disrupting anything over here. But it's kind of hard because North Carolina's just not stupid and say, hey, man, you're not going to use us.
They're locked in with Duke. They would have to have another USC.
I agree. USC I agree, but you are also the belief that somehow, some way, Notre Dame's not going to join the Big Ten. It's not going to happen. So conference realignment. But here's the thing: some things in conference realignment are happening. They just, again, that seemingly don't necessarily make sense. Clemson wouldn't have the audacity. Florida State shouldn't have the audacity with their recruiting, what they have in the next 4 or 5 years. You seen the shift. NIL opened up the world, portal opened up the world. The SEC doesn't have the dominance anymore. They don't.
Right.
The $10 million quarterback is going to Michigan. He ain't going to Alabama. Milrose, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Milrose going pro. Lord knows what. I mean, they got like five-star guys coming to Alabama. So, you know, the cupboard ain't bare, but it used to be 10, right? Or it used to be like they would have somebody they would retain. So, you know, the world's kind of opened up. But like for a program to look at itself in the mirror like Clemson, who, again, Brandon, I joked about it and said, hey, Clemson, we back. Hey, Clemson, we back. he still got somewhat of an old school mentality to build. He's like, man, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He does. Kirby Smart does. No, excuse me. Dabble Sweeney has somewhat of old mentality, old school mentality of building his team. And like, he really wants them to listen. And I get it, to listen to him, and that'll be about the dollar, be about the team. But times are changing, especially if your AD or your pro, whoever, all those people are thinking about still flirting with the Big Ten. Because if Clemson comes to the Big Ten or Florida State, is it believed that the Big Ten is going to have a Florida school? That's what it's believed. The Big Ten is going to have a Florida school where they will be able to touch all sides of the map. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to go to the west. You'll be able to this ocean up here, the Atlantic Ocean. You'll be able to go to the Gulf of Mexico, right? or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like, no, that's what the Big Ten kind of wants, man. We all know Florida State wants out. You know, everybody kind of knows the technical issues with those contracts, but Duke is not. Excuse me, the ESPN is not necessarily ready to give up their partner relationship with the ACC just yet. But they want to really move UNC over to the SEC. They didn't bring up
the ACC game tonight. You got Syracuse taking on Stanford out in Stanford tonight. Big ACC game.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying, man. Their games don't. I mean, they don't necessarily. Geographically, they're kind of kooky. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but we gotta move their mind. You got Bill Belichick now in college football. I got him winning, Brandon, maybe 4 or 5 games. I know he had a big signing. You know what I'm saying here. But if you ain't got a big signing in quarterback, if you ain't got a big signing in like running back, Bill, you know what I'm saying. I hope you're not outdating yourself here in this resurgence with North Carolina, man. But like the landscape is changing. And like I said,
bring it back to Ohio State knocking off the Irish and kind of convincing. And I kind of said, I told you in our pre-show before the game, I said, I see a scenario where Ohio State could blow them out. And
they kind
of did, and I mean, oh boy, for Larry Leonard was gassed after the first possession. 9 rushes. That dude was gassed. He was done for the game.
Don't be disrespectful, man. Notre Dame will be back another day.
Be kidding. At some point.
Maybe the playoff. I just don't want the playoff. I don't want anybody to think the playoffs need to be expanded. Playoffs is actually fine as it is. I think we're going to see some surprise teams, man. The Big 12 is going to be a bigger barker next year. You got Scott Frost going back to UCF, excuse me. You got Prime. Don't Prime got to make the playoffs next year? What level of expectation we would want for Colorado to make the playoffs next year? You know what I'm saying? There's some Big 12 teams. It's my guy at TCU. He's got to be on the hot seat.
Or Sonny Dykes.
Sonny Dykes got to be on the hot seat. Got to be on the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? You are far removed from a national championship, but like, man, you can't have too many teams. You can't have too many you know what I'm saying, years with a, you know what I'm saying, a terrible team playing in Texas at all. You know what I'm saying? Whether you play for the TCU or whoever. So, like, no, man, it's gonna be some spiciness for sure. Kind of happens, you know what I'm saying, through this offseason. But like, nah, man, there's a couple of little things that's kind of irritated me. Not irritated, but it was kind of hit my ear as far as college football is concerned going into this offseason.
Yeah, let's go straight to the NFL. AFC Championship. Chiefs beat the Bills. What's new? Bills had their shot. Josh Allen, 4 downs you had, my man, and he couldn't get it done. Did Kincaid almost have that one? Possibly. Did the Chiefs get a couple homer penalty calls? Probably. But, Buffalo fails again against Buffalo. And I threw the question out there, is it time to complete? And maybe it's McDermott.
The coach?
Maybe it's him.
No, don't fire the coach, man.
You got to do something, John. This is 4 years now that they've been put out by the Chiefs, the arch nemesis.
Remember going into I get that, but remember going into the season, everybody thought the Bills was going to be in a rebuild mode because they let everybody go, and then that wasn't so. Whatever they had, the youthful replacements got them back here to this moment, man. The Chiefs had a lot of. I mean, you bring up a good point though, Brandon. You bring up a good point. The Chiefs had a lot of like whistle help You know what I'm saying, to get to this point. I don't think you question your coach. McDermott's a good coach. He's definitely the coach to lead this team. I don't want to question the potential MVP in the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know there hasn't been let. You know what I'm saying? I know it's him and Lamar, but I think that
point chasing?
You said what?
What about the point chasing? They did, kind of trying to chase 2-point conversions early.
But Brandon, this is the new football that we have here, man. Where we'll get back to the Bills. What you think about the Eagles and the Guardians going fourth down? They was like, nah, fourth down. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. So this is the you know what I'm saying, analytically, these guys have, you know what I'm saying, the coaching staffs, they've deep dived into their team and what they can get and what they can't get, man. And it's no longer pins and needles to go for fourth.
Yeah, they got dog walked. Commanders got completely dog walked. And you're lagging, John, on my screen.
Let's say
you're lagging, my man, and you're cutting in and out.
I'm sorry. Too much.
Deep State's getting John. Looks like we're gonna remove him real quick. We'll have him get himself together. We'll bring him back on. We'll bring him back on here shortly. Let me kick him from the studio. Let's see. Okay, we'll cut him out. We'll see if he gets back in here. But no, until we get John back in, the Eagles, if that is the most dominated performance I've ever seen of a run game, what they have 6 rushing touchdowns. They just completely ran all over the Commanders, and they made it kind of look easy against them. John, I was saying the Commanders just got the shit rolled on them, and Eagles with just a rushing attack galore. 5-6 touchdowns rushing.
Man, Saquon Barkley looked like, you know what I'm saying, Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders put together, man. You know what I'm saying? Just incredible, man. Brandon, I don't know what the odds makers are saying. There's a lot of history that's kind of going on with the Chiefs, as everybody kind of knows. You're talking about 3-peat. But they keep teams real close. And I don't know, we're not necessarily going to talk Super Bowl predictions or whatnot, man, but it's not just, they're not necessarily just depending on future Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying, Patty Mahomes. They've had some other stars kind of rise to the occasion, especially the kid from Purdue. I messed his name up, George Karlaftis. Karlaftis, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's seemingly showed to be a spotty, you know what I'm saying, kind of star for him. They, you know what I'm saying, they got obviously Kareem Hunt, obviously, you know what I'm saying, what's the other kid, Wideout, Worthy, who they kind of use in a multi-back kind of faster way, man. So whatever the drop-off is going on with Kelsey, these other portions of their team have kind of like stepped up and they haven't had any issues as far as winning. And again, like a good whistle, you know what I'm saying, has kind of got them to this point, man. But you look at the stats, man, statistically, man, they allow teams to kind of hang with them. They allow teams to disturb, to get to Patrick Mahomes, man. So, Brandon, I know I'm not, because I know we still got another, you know what I'm saying, week or so. I wouldn't be surprised, man, that if you know what I'm saying, we get the best version. You get the best version of the Philadelphia Eagles, that, you know what I'm saying, you get a very close game where they win and the Chiefs come out, you know what I'm saying, on the poor side of history.
Current spread for this game is Chiefs -1.5, over under 49.5 via DraftKings right now.
A little interesting.
We'll see what happens with that. While we're away, John, Bears signed Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator. He is now their official head coach out there in Chicago. I thought it was a good pickup for the Bears.
Good pickup for the Bears, man. You know, somebody that knows the division. Somebody that, you know what I'm saying, wants to work with the quarterback in Caleb Williams. They got to get some other pieces, obviously, you know what I'm saying, to their team so that the Bears can get into this conversation of like who's going to win the North, man. You know, the black and blue North. So where they go.
Yep, 100%.
The
Colts.
Don't
They
forget
fired their defensive coordinator. Now they've got Sweet Lou from the Bengals, who was fired there. Now he's the defensive coordinator with the Colts. Thoughts on that?
No, just, you know, he kind of came out firing. He's going to definitely run a different scheme than Gus Bradley. His previous teams, what I was told, he blitzes more. So I don't know if we're going to see a tweaking. You would imagine we're definitely going to see a tweaking of the roster, or who's going to be here, who's not going to be here, right?
Do you have any faith in this defense? Because you saw the Bengals defense couldn't stop anybody, and this is the same guy that's going to come in here with that.
But Brandon, like, I don't know, man. My man came in with such a strong personality, man, that if things go to Shinola, he might be the head coach come week 6, week 7.
I mean, the Bengals defense had more. This is going to piss off people, but it had more talent than what the Colts defense has.
Right.
Taylor Hendrickson manning up that defense, and you can say, well, you got D-Buck. Well, D-Buck isn't healthy all the time. Hendrickson played way more games, but I don't know, man. They got to make some changes. They got to add some pieces to that defense, and your boy Ballard said it in his press conference. Well, that's on me, and that's on me to get the right talent around here for it, and we're going to do what we can because, listen,
it hurts.
I can't do the job, then I need to be fired.
It hurts me.
It hurts.
Don't do
that's my Chris Ballard.
Say. I said it, man. He's crazy. He's crazy as heck.
I can't sleep at night. I sit there and think about this team and what we could do, and I can't sleep.
You're silly, man. You're tweaking, dude. You're going into your tired Alabama impersonation.
I got my Ballard and Alabama rolled tie, Willie, going in together.
Just a little bit, man. That's all good.
Cowboys. They said to McCarthy. Brian Schottenheimer, your offensive coordinator, welcome aboard. Thoughts on Schottenheimer, the new
maybe he's the one that kind of leans towards the run. You had Kalen, what's my man's name? They had Kalen Moore in the room, didn't they?
Kalen Moore, but now, he went up to Philly last year.
Yeah, why did they interview? I don't know, man. But Schottenheimer, maybe he fixes the run. Are they going? Who are they? Jerry Jones is the general manager. Jerry Jones.
You're right. He's the quarterback.
Yes. The quarterback. No. Schottenheimer is still offensive coordinator, man. Maybe he can just focus on that. And then he won't have to answer. Jerry Jones still answering. Did you hear what Jerry Jones said? He said glory hole. I said, man, Jerry, do you know what a glory hole is?
I did hear him say that. They're talking about it on another podcast. And
he's mad. I mean, Jerry Jones wants to win another Super Bowl. I just don't think he knows how to go about the proper way about going about getting it, man. I don't question the name of Schottenheimer, man. My guy's been a long time assistant. For him to finally get, I know, you know what I'm saying, he's geeked about it. But I just don't foresee them getting back to playoff dominance, Dallas Cowboys. Too many other good, New York's gonna get better. But right now, you know what I'm saying, the Guardians, it's a Guardians and Eagles world for them, man. No matter who's going to be that coach. So we'll see what Schottenheimer's got.
Your boy Isaiah Stewart, man, he's already trying to get in fights with the Pacers again tonight. James Johnson had to get off the bench and tell him to calm his ass down.
Uh-oh.
Kate Cunningham looks like he's pissed off. Pacers up 33-22 first quarter right now as we speak. Cowboys also, let's double down. We're going to sign Matt Eberflus as the defensive coordinator down there for the Cowboys. So the Flus is back down there where he initially was at one point. He was a Cowboy already.
Return home, man. Again, something they need to. It might be a match made in heaven, man. So he probably doesn't necessarily need to be a head coach, and they definitely need to repair their defense.
Chuck Pagano. Back with the Ravens, out of retirement.
Is that right?
Senior assistant, whatever they call him. I don't know what the hell is the exact title. Okay. He's back with Baltimore.
Okay.
Steelers. Art Rooney said
Brandon,
that securing a quarterback is a team priority, and his preference is to sign either Fields or Wilson. And it's unlikely that the team will bring back both quarterbacks because he sees both of them wanting to have starter minutes. Now, it's been said that Wilson could be paired up with Pete Carroll again out in Las Vegas. So that means the Steelers would go with a Justin Fields and then draft a quarterback. They've been linked in mock drafts to Jalen Milroe, possibly. Thoughts on Steelers quarterback? And if you were the head coach, where would you go?
It won't be Jalen Milroe, but that's probably what the plan is going to be. Nothing against Russ. It'll be probably one of those congratulatory things you see on Instagram. Thank you for, you know what I'm saying. The stats and from a one-loss record, man, even though he didn't really throw a touchdown, wasn't necessarily bad with Justin Fields. He did move the chains. But he's the younger, more potential there. How can we squeeze, you know what I'm saying, more juice out of that one? And then, you know what? Again, Brandon, how many more years are they going to deal with Mike Tomlin, you know what I'm saying, kind of, you know what I'm saying, fumbling into 9 wins, even with whatever quarterback. So, you know, if you just give it one more go, you know what I'm saying, and not tank, you know, and not quit. You know what I'm saying? There's some teams in the NFL, unfortunately, that do quit, and Pittsburgh ain't one of them. So this is a smart move. You let Russell Wilson, you know what I'm saying, go be somebody else's quarterback, you know what I'm saying, and be hot for them for like 4 or 5 weeks, and then you know, and then flame out like I knew he was, you know what I'm saying, kind of with Pittsburgh Steelers. So like that's probably the plan, to retain Justin Fields, and you know, and how Justin Fields takes that open competition, or if he's named the starter, is remain to be seen. But you know, that's probably what's going to happen. Retain the youthful quarterback, and then, you know what I'm saying, get another project out there.
Switching over to college basketball, John. Boilermakers full dominant on Michigan Friday night. They lost to Ohio State. That was a tough game after having a 14-point lead, but they just complete shit kicking of Michigan on Friday night. They have an entire week off, and then this Friday night, the city's already busy with Royal Rumble and SmackDown. You go up to West Lafayette, you have the in-state battle. The Hoosiers coming to take on Purdue, and that cluster mess.
How many quad wins do they got? 8?
Purdue or Indiana?
We're not talking about Indiana right now. How many quad 1 wins do they have? Like 8 already or something crazy?
Give me 1 second. I'll have that.
I don't want to be talking out the side of my ear. You know what I'm saying? I think people, you know what I'm saying, they don't necessarily respect Purdue. You know what I'm saying? Even though they consistently win, it did that. The Ohio State game was hard. They couldn't buy a bucket in the second half.
Purdue is 5-5 in quad 1.
Okay, 5-5 in quad 1. What we're looking at right now, folks, is like we're seeding. Are they going to be a 3 seed? Can they get to a 3 seed?
I've seen a lot of places right now got them a high 3 or a 2, low 2.
A low 2, they'd have to win the Big Ten tournament.
Listen, there's a fraud right now up top of the Big Ten standings. Michigan State.
They're not. They've had better guard play in later years. They don't have Mateen Cleaves up here right now, but
John, they're maybe 18-2. But everybody they've played in the Big Ten for them to be 9-0, they've played the bottom half of the Big Ten. They haven't played a quality game yet, so we'll see.
You know,
let's talk about this shit can down in Bloomington, because I have never seen in my life a complete disaster of an end of a game than the Indiana Hoosiers and the Maryland Terrapins the other night. The last 3 minutes of the game, IU did their big comeback, 10-0 run. Yeah. You thought they might be able to get it done, and then all of a sudden, Maryland hits a 3 there to take the lead, and then IU comes down. They, you know, Woody apparently is one of the best out of bounds players that ever was. Couldn't get it done, and man, threw it away. Then you do these substitutions that the fans are even like, "What the hell of a substitutions are you making right now?" And then they settle for a coffin corner turnaround jumper by Miles Rice that wasn't even close. The Boo Birds are out in Bloomington. John, trouble for Mikey Woodson down there, just a complete disaster. There's words that Ballo is just walking out of practice whenever he wants. Woodson has no clue what he's doing. Your thoughts on the state of the Indiana Hoosiers? Because I've reached out to some IU fans to get some takes, and they've had it.
They can't be happy. You know what I'm saying? They cannot be happy. That is a very talented team of individuals that is not playing hard like an IU team is supposed to play hard and together, and we're trying to win a Big Ten title. We're talking about struggling against. It's no struggle. It's no shame to lose against Northwestern. You know what I'm saying? It's no shame really to lose against Penn State. But these are teams that you post. If you know you got a chump, and they did. If you have a cupcake, non-conference, you got to win these games. So very arrogantly, Coach Woodson went out there and said that we had a lot of, you know, after the 30-point loss, right? That they could bounce back. They had a lot more basketball in front of them. They got to win, and then they went to they like I said, the Hoosiers went back to losing. Man, it has to be frustrating. For like I said, for the simple fact he has, like I told you, Brandon, he has NBA level talent on that basketball court. The problem is you playing a college basketball game, how to win college basketball. You try, like I said, you playing a college basketball game, and you try to win college basketball games, and it's not necessarily supposed to be about development for how can I develop this Ballo kid so that he can play for the Knicks, or how can I develop Mbago so that he can play for whoever. How can we win this game? How can we beat Penn State? How can we beat? And he doesn't seemingly have the guys like because you can see it. How can they look good? You know what I'm saying? Or look good to great here, and then look piss poor against a team that they should be blowing out. That's like I'm saying. That's the frustrating part. You don't have an established culture. They don't understand the importance. They understand that they want to go where they want to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To the next level, playing professional basketball. They don't understand that that's all great, and it is. But Indiana has to be somewhere. The program that you're playing for has to be somewhere in there as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, you think about the other players that play. It's not that the IU is necessarily a factory of NBA anyway, but you think about the players that they've had that, you know what I'm saying, they played, you know what I'm saying, for the program and then went to the NBA, man. Again, they delivered a Big Ten championship. Or for sure, for sure went to the tournament. Depot, Chaney, Henderson. You know what I'm saying? We go down the line, you know what I'm saying? Isaiah Thomas. I mean, Steve Alford, you know what I'm saying?
Dockage.
They delivered. Sure, Dockage. But even the homie AJ Guy got to the tournament, you know what I'm saying? But like, man, IU was cruising for non-championship waters here, man. And like I said, for
4 years
for Indiana, the state of Indiana, it's looking bleak, y'all. Let's be honest with you. It's looking bleak. It's looking like Purdue's going to be the only team.
What do you got to show?
Does he have a winning record? I think he does.
Yeah, but it can't. I don't think it's much.
I think it's a winning record. So, but like, no, man, I think he'd be a good. It's just not meant to say with any type of disrespect. I think he would be a good G League coach or interim. Somebody just got fired. He'd be a great interim coach.
77-24.
Yeah, but as far as coaching, you know what I'm saying, collegiate basketball, this is he's not cut out for it.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? The spread's not out yet for Friday night, but what do you think the spread's going to be up there, Mackie?
Still,
you were cutting out, John.
10 points, maybe.
Okay. You're cutting out in and out again. Deep State's got you. Okay, looks like we've lost John again. We've lost John. Deep State's got him. We'll try to get him back. I don't know what the hell's going on. We lost video on him, then we lost audio. But yeah, Big Ten race starting to heat up here second half of the season. Michigan State's in the lead. Yeah, but folks, Michigan State hasn't played anybody in the conference. They've played the bottom half of the Big Ten conference, and they still got a lot of basketball left to play. They still got to play the Boilermakers themselves. They've got to play Michigan. They only played Michigan once this year. So they'll have that, but net wise, Michigan is or Michigan State's 16th right now. And if you look at the rest of their schedule, while we wait for John, they got USC, UCLA, Oregon, Indiana, Illinois, Purdue, Michigan, Maryland, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Michigan. So they've got games, but yeah, they haven't played anybody. Let's look: Minnesota, Rutgers. They played Illinois, beat them by 2, so that was a good win. Penn State, Northwestern, Ohio State, Washington. I mean, Minnesota. So I call it a false Big Ten right now for Michigan State as we go into that second half. And some of the teams there that I'm liking, Michigan, obviously 15-5. They got boat raced up at Purdue, but that's going to happen. Wisconsin, 16-4. Maryland Terrapins. I don't think anybody had Maryland up there at 16-5 right now, 6-4 in the conference. Mick Cronin and UCLA still bitching their way along at 15-6, 6-4 in the conference. But yeah, so we'll see a lot of February basketball in the Big Ten to be had. Just kind of looking ahead real quick for IU and Purdue both. IU's they're going to get a real feel for their season because this is where they're either going to make the tournament or they're not going to, because they got they're at Purdue, they're at Wisconsin, they're home against Michigan, and they're at Michigan State. That's a murderous row for the next 4 games for Mike Woodson and the Bloomington, Indiana Hoosiers. And for Purdue, home against Indiana, at Iowa, home against USC, and then you go to Michigan, and then home against Wisconsin, at Michigan State, and then back home at Indiana, or back on the road at Indiana. So they got a tough one as well. It's there's no slouches really in the Big Ten as much, but both these two teams are going to be. We'll see where they're at in a couple of weeks. We'll have a good feel.
Yeah, I'm excited. What I'm saying, for the field as well of college basketball, man. You talk about Duke and the amazing Cooper Flagg. Oklahoma, they got the sensational point guard Jeremiah Fears. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good teams out here. That going to be at the end.
What's your thoughts on Arkansas? 12-8, 1-6 in the conference. Coach Cal, rough first year.
He lucky. Excuse me, Ray. He lucky. I don't know, man. He's got some NBA guy, Boogie Flan. You know what I'm saying? Potential lottery pick. Got a lot of talented guys, Brandon. Like, you can't coach. You gave these guys money, and they know they are not here for, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, man. So this is where he's at. This is kind of how he lost Kentucky. It's kind of just falling, man. Nobody's necessarily rooting against Coach Cal. You know what I'm saying? It's always kind of fun, you know what I'm saying? But, like, nah, man. Tough times in Arkansas.
We're going to dive right into the NBA, and the first thing we're going to do is a Birdsong take. John, the Birdsong, we need your take. Commissioner Adam Silver recently said on Dan Patrick this morning that he is a fan of 10-minute quarters, and he'd possibly like to see that go down to a 40-minute game like the Olympics in college basketball. Your thoughts?
So you can sell some more commercial time? What is it, man? Like, dude, what's wrong? Like, the product of the NBA has, like, shifted, man. I don't really want to go on no pedestal tonight because the deep state is already after me. You know what I'm saying? I already got bumped off here 3 times already, man. But, like, you can't get these dudes to play hard as it is. Now you want to cut their time down to 40 minutes? Is it that hard to make $50 million? Let me make it. I'll run. I'll shoot the 3. You know what I'm saying? What is it? I don't understand. Zion Williamson can't go. I don't understand. Kawhi Leonard, what's the problem? Paul George, what's the problem?
They're saying the games are going to.
LeBron James is 40-something years old, man. He's talking about playing another 3 years. The other son going to be playing with LeBron.
His son needs to get out of the league. That's another story we'll go to.
Well, Bronny put up 30 one night in G League and then he got called up. So what are you supposed to do?
He just got his ass handed to him last night.
Yeah, it looked bad last night, man. But, like, no, man, the NBA product, it needs some tweaking. We know this, Adam Silver, but, like, what you're saying, nobody wants. Nobody necessarily wants car collision, like, fouls and games under 80 either. But like we have a lot of games that'd be like 130, 140, and we have a lot of bad basketball where you see travels and palming, and it is or you know what I'm saying, nothing against the homie Tyler Ford, you know what I'm saying, some bad poor, you know what I'm saying, poor up referee calling, you know what I'm saying, from night to night, and like people doesn't want the college basketball game has more heart in it. College basketball, you know, on both sides, men and women, has more, you know what I'm saying, it has more, you know what I'm saying, what's it, stakes in it. Where the NBA, like, hey man, we don't know if we're gonna show up and play you know what I'm saying, the historic dunk contest. Nobody knows they want to be in it. Nobody knows. Kayla Clark told him I'm good on doing the cold 3-point. She said she's good on doing the cold 3-point contest with the NBA, man. So the NBA got a lot of they gotta fix some things with their fandom, with their connection to the fans, man. I'm not saying they got to go total like the Shield, like the NFL, like everything about the Shield is like they protect it and like the brand and all those things. Because like in the NBA, like the individual is praised as well, just like the team. But I think they got to get back to, you know what I'm saying, who's the best coach in it? Who's the best coach? Who would you say is the top? I know you know the answer, but like, does a random person know that? Who's the top 5 coaches in the NBA? Like right now, boom. Or like, why again, man? Like you trying to make them play 10 minutes, like, but why can't you get the stars to play? Kevin Durant, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Phoenix Suns are like, what are they, 11th in the West? You know what I'm saying? You got immaturity. You didn't play Poole. He's immature out there with the Wizards, and they openly talk about on Twitter, trade me, him and Kyle Kuzma.
I think it's the amount of money, because back in the day,
sure,
Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, all these guys, they had to play a certain amount of games to get that money that they had per their contract, and the more so they got paid less and they had to play more to win, to get those incentives. Now there's no incentive. You're getting your money more than you're getting the playing time.
I go right. Ben Simmons is stealing money because like
old boy from Orlando, your guy, Markelle Fultz, stealing money.
No, he's not with Orlando anymore. He's out the league now, but like, no, man. I mean, and then you got, you know what I'm saying, you got players, you know, staring other play, you know what I'm saying, just going to basically kind of going to the media and talking about openly telling, hey man, I'm not happy here. I want to be traded.
De'Aaron Fox.
And you can't tell, but I'm saying, Brandon, you can't tell the average fan who makes what they make is working class. And they know how much you make. It leaves a little bit of distaste in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you make how much money, and you're mad because you had to eat what? Or you had to fly first class? Shame on us. But yeah, De'Aaron Fox sounded like De'Aaron Fox. I thought it was gonna work out, man. But it sounded like he's gonna get traded. You know what I'm saying? On the next thing smoking to San Antonio. We all know Jimmy Butler is on his way out.
They just need to get rid of that. The suspensions are getting stupid now.
Yeah, he wants to go to Phoenix. What's kind of coming back? Does Pat Riley really want? Because like Phoenix, I'm just saying, you know, it's going to be a big 4-team trade. Pat Riley doesn't want Bradley Beal, and he doesn't want you know what I'm saying, the homie Levine in Chicago either. Because again, he's getting traded too. Like, dude, like how are you being? Everybody's getting traded. Like all those guys get traded. But you know what I'm saying, but like no, I thought Fox had to kind of, you know what I'm saying, with the win streak, the coach changing the win streak, I thought everything kind of peanut butter smooth, but evidently he said he wants to be up out of there, which is, like I said, from a team business standpoint, that's kind of interesting. But they said they want a player in return, another viable player in return, not necessarily to take out. Sacramento says so. That's gonna be, I don't know. I'll be studying all night, you know what I'm saying, to see like what viable trades that they have out there for De'Aaron Fox. But like, nah, man, for all intents and purposes, Jimmy Butler he'll be with the Phoenix Suns. It's just kind of seeing like what Pat Riley's going to accept on the other end.
Just like a ex-girlfriend that you can't quit. Our guy, and we got it on the screen.
Big Miles.
Paul George, John. Can't get Indiana's name out of his freaking mouth. I've never gotten a tribute video since I've been going back to Indiana. That was 8 years ago. It sucks. It hurts. I told you that a couple weeks ago. I went to a Pacer game, and I said, John, he ain't even on any of the legacy videos. They don't acknowledge him. Any poster or thing they had on the walls there, it's all taken down. Old boy's got his feelings hurt, man. Why can't he ever just shut up and keep Indiana's name out of his mouth?
I got nothing for you because I don't even know if his own team likes him.
Oh,
the current teammates are. I don't know if they even like him, man. He's not gonna. I know. I jokingly said maybe a couple episodes, maybe more than that, episodes ago that we could accept Paul George if he come back like underneath the salary cap and all that. That's not gonna happen, but. It's not gonna happen. Like he's just go away. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Reggie Miller's the best player of all time. The Paul George. We don't have to mention Paul George no more.
He just loves us too much.
He does.
Does he not know he left us? We didn't leave him.
Well, he's still podcasting. So like he has to, you know what I'm saying?
Podcast.
Yeah, he still has to spin that out. You know what I'm saying? Spin that up. So, you know what I'm saying? Because he ain't win no championship. That horse is gone.
That's like me saying Kevin Durant ain't never win a championship again.
Paul George will always, you'll see on a Friday night, Saturday night, regular season, man, Paul George will go for 30, 45. You know what I'm saying?
Our boy Tyler Ford, friend of the program, man, he's just teeing people up in this game. There's 3 guys he's teed up. Already. He just teed up Kate Cunningham. My God. He's that a boy Tyler just teeing people up. He teed me back. He teed me up at intramurals at Ball State. So, you know, what can I say? Indiana, speaking of the Pacers, there's a report, John, that Indiana may trade Miles Turner instead of extending him over to the $30 million a year. They're a little cautious, not sure if they want to extend him at that $30 million mark. They might be looking at a trade to at least get some value out of him if they do decide to let him walk.
Yeah, I don't like it. But the Pacers are a very fiscal minded team that would put them over and put to in a new tax bracket, and it's something that they don't want to necessarily be in. I don't know, man. There might be some other finagling they could do with the roster, potentially in the off seasons, on the back end. You know, say a Toppin or even a Shepard or even a McConnell. But then Miles Turner still commanded $30-35 million. That number ain't going away. So
Miles for 3, just got it.
But like, nah, man, I don't know, Brandon. I think some part of me kind of thinks, man, that if they don't come to an agreement, that they kind of just let him walk.
You got to get value. You can't let him walk. You have, if that's the way you're going to feel, you have to trade him to get some value because you know what? Even if you send him to the Lakers, they may not have any draft capital or whatever, but the Lakers want him. Hell, the Lakers have wanted Roy Hibbert. They've wanted Artest. They've wanted Reggie Miller. They've wanted Paul George. They've wanted every single Pacer there has been. This might be the guy they need. And AD and LeBron said, we need to get another big in here. We need to get somebody in here for this run. Miles Turner would probably be that guy for him.
They going to send back Austin Reeves?
Bronny?
Oh, man, no way.
Give me draft capital. Give me Austin. I mean, Austin Reeves. Why not? He's on JJ Redick's pissed off enough at him right now. Oh, you see that shitty ass trade where they've said, "Is Hood Schifino even playing?"
No.
What value did he bring?
You didn't do your due diligence on your scouting report. If you did, why would you bring Hood Schifino in with LeBron James? You should have traded out. If that was the pick right there, you should have traded out the pick.
Just terrible. I mean,
you take because he went to IU, man. I'm hating. I look at it like the general manager. Like, why'd you? That was the wrong pick, bro.
I guess. But you can't let. I will be confident if you do not feel like you can sign Miles at that $30 million deal, or if he doesn't want to take a little bit of a discount, you have to trade him to get something. Give me Vucevic. They got to get another big. I mean, they can't go smaller.
Man, he's horrible, man.
You can't go smaller.
No, they can't.
So, I don't know where do they go for that, but
Miles is staying here.
What else do I have? Indiana Fever, John. They re-signed Kelsey Mitchell, so she is back in that starting backcourt with Caitlin Clark in the Fever. That's huge for the Indiana Fever, getting Kelsey Mitchell back as free agency kind of starts, or it's already started really, but the big push of it's going to be this Friday. They've already had a trade. Kelsey Plum got traded from Vegas to the Sparks, so that's a big three out there now. But
Yep.
you got to start giving some love to Indiana Fever. But Kelsey Mitchell signing back was huge.
Yeah, 1 year deal because the collective bargaining agreement was getting changed for them next year too. So Fever might be able to get it done, get another playoff run, and maybe, you know what I'm saying, win a series.
Yeah. What else you got, JB?
Nothing too much, man. Like I said, man, just go get back into these basketball streets, man. They got basketball everywhere. You got basketball here in the States. You got basketball here in over in Europe. You got basketball in China. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere.
We got a professional football team here, besides the Colts.
Here in Indy.
Yeah,
man, I can't even imagine.
It's looking wild. The Viper or the I gotta say their name right. It's the Indy Valkyrie, not Valkyrie. Is it the Valkyrie?
It's not the Vipers, because that's the
starts with the V.
Watch it.
Don't be doing that to me. Give me a second. Damn it. Indiana Valor. That's what it is. The Valor.
Yeah.
Women's Pro Football, WFA, longest running, most competitive women's tackle football league in the world. The Indiana Valor, new team starting up, expansion team this year. We're working our way, John. We're going to get some information. We're going to possibly chat it up with some members / ownership, coaches, whatnot of the Women's Football Alliance with the Indiana Valor. I saw the news. I was surprised, but I'm excited.
Let's check it out.
So looking forward to that, seeing who their team is. I know they just had open tryouts or something back in September or October. So
yeah, like what's the background? How do you know you want to be a football player, a lady football player? Like, you know,
that'd be a good question for you to ask, I guess. Duke, real quick, Dukies. I told Tanner it's a shame to see what North Carolina just came to. This was not even a rivalry anymore with Duke and North Carolina.
I bet that game will take it to another level, man. North Carolina, from a one-loss standpoint, again, man.
Is he on the hot seat?
Say what?
Is Hubert on the hot seat?
Nah, Hubert Davis. He's still getting. He's good. He's good. It's just a down season for them.
Okay. You already did your take on Northern Illinois moving to the Mountain West.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Coach New signed on to be senior offensive coach with Illinois Fighting Illini today. So shout out Coach New. Oh, we lost John again. So he's all frozen, got deep state on him one more time. But Crossroads Sports Radio, episode 332. We want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. If you get a chance, give us a listen, give us a like, give us a share. We appreciate that a lot. Big weekend here in Indianapolis. Actually, the state of Indiana. You got Purdue, Indiana going on Friday night. You got Friday night SmackDown going on in Indianapolis at Gamebridge. Saturday, late afternoon, you got the Pacers game going on. Then you got the Royal Rumble, WWE Royal Rumble here in Indianapolis. It's going to be a huge event, biggest selling PLE outside of a WrestleMania, and two great Rumble matches are going to be happening. Can't wait for that. And so we've got college basketball, we got NBA starting to shape up as we push towards the postseason for both of those. So NFL draft will be right around the corner in April as well. So, but I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight for episode 332 of Crossroads Sports Radio. I'm your host, Brandon Brief, my co-host, Jonathan Birdsong. We thank you guys. Conversation will continue on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Check us out there. Find more previous episodes as well on YouTube. And we'll see you guys all again next week. Take care. Have a great week.